So you're probably wondering, Draconin Blade, why are you talking about a nerd convention on a LARP YouTube channel? I want to hear about LARP gear, see reviews. Use patience, my friends, because one of the stands at BCTC was a LARP gear stand. And in fact, a very special LARP gear stand because it sold me some of the gear that was the first gear that I reviewed, such as these bracers and Beowulf 2, the Norse legend, which were some of the first videos that dropped on my channel. They came back to BCTC again for the 2017 convention, and I was there to buy up as much LARP gear as my wallet would allow, and to review it all in one video for you guys. So without further ado, here is my BCTC 2017 LARP gear haul video. So here's a group picture of my haul of LARP gear from BCTC. Let's take a closer look now, shall we? Let's start off small this time with two throwing knives from Epic Armory. The first one should be familiar to anyone who has watched the anime Naruto, and that is a kunai knife. Historically, the close quarters combat weapon of the ninja, derived from a trowel so as not to arouse suspicion. Both knives have no core like the longer knives like Beowulf 2 or swords like Goneril do. This is to make them safe to throw in a LARP battle. The second is the Skinner knife. According to Epic Armory's website, while it does have many uses, it is primarily used to cut off a piece of an enemy once it has been captured or killed. So now let's test the throwing knives from Epic Armory, starting with the kunai. It's okay, that wasn't too expensive, but for safety's sake, I'm gonna move outside to test the Skinner's knife. So here we are in a more open area. Let's hope I don't do any damage this time with the throwing knife. Sorry, you alright? I guess I need to work on my aim. Well, bad aiming aside, let's move on, shall we? Next up, we have these metal greaves, or leg armor for those new to armor terminology. I know I still need to go over the front of them with some rust removal method, but I do not know when I'm going to be able to do that. The method of putting the armor on is really easy. However, the lower strap on one of the greaves, as you will see here, has an awkward habit of not tightening on the first go and has a habit of coming loose. A recommendation from the owner of Eastern Front Designs is some kind of padding between the armor and your legs. He personally recommended quilt batting. While I have yet to get a hold of this myself, I thought I would mention his recommendation. Next, we have Friar Tuck, the brown bottle from Calamasil. Those of you who have followed LARP Saga since the beginning will recognize this bottle from my top 10 list of best Calamasil designs. The bottle, I was quite surprised to find out, was hollow. According to those at Eastern Front Designs, the original bottles were solid, but after safety concerns arose in feedback, they changed the design to a hollow one. There is a bit of a funny story about this item after I got it. I went to say hey to Steve Cardenas, who played the second Red Ranger on Power Rangers, and I showed him the bottle. He asked if he could see it. He walked over to one Johnny Youngbosch, who's shown here with me, and is well known for 2 or 3 Power Rangers, as well as an incredible voice acting career. And Steve whacked Mr. Bosch on the back of the head, so I have nicknamed this bottle the Power Bottle because it was used in a Power Ranger fight. Moving on from the Power Ball, we have this black leather belt pouch from Artisan d'Azur. Now, many of you who know Calamasil weapons are very near and dear to my heart, as shown with my custom sword, Goneril. But when it comes to non-weapon LARP gear, I've officially found my favorite crafter in the form of the Artisan d'Azur, who are also the makers of my sword holder that I covered in LARP Box 1 and still use here on LARP Saga. While the pouch is of good design, I recently bought a new sword belt and have problems fitting this pouch onto that belt. Thanks to suggestions from LARP Haven, I recently got a secondary belt to hold my pouches, etc. Next up is Calamaseal's Dragonet 2 from the Calisoft line. Another item to make my top 10 best Calamaseal designs list. You might be surprised to see that I bought a leaf-shaped blade. While it is true that I'm not a terribly big fan, I just like how this sword handled, and I'm a sucker for dragon-themed weapons, because there's a serious lack of them. The foam is a lot softer than standard Calamaseal weapons, as shown in this comparison, how much give it has. This is because Dragonet 2 is meant for children to enjoy as well as LARPers because of the softer foam, yet with Calamaseal's durability. Design-wise, it has the looks of a high fantasy blade with the leaf-shaped blade that is technically a 20th century creation rather than a medieval. And finally, we have my favorite item of the haul, the Viking Hybrid Medium Sword from Epic Armory. My first full sword from Epic Armory, and hopefully not the last that I review here on LARP Saga. The sword is made from polyurethane foam and is carved in the intricate Norse knotwork with a double fuller blade. Same with the throwing knives we looked at earlier, has the Dragon's Eye logo of Epic Armory just above the guard. What really sets this weapon apart from Dragonet 2, Rise of the Flame, is that the hilt is indeed wrapped in leather. All in all, it makes a good first impression for Epic Armory, and I hope to review more of their blades in the future. So as promised, with LARP Box 1 review, the sword naming challenge is back. I want you to come up with a name for these swords, or just one if you can't think of a name for the other. Leave your ideas in the comments down below. Remember, the Viking sword is sword A, Dragonet 2 Rise of the Flame is sword B. The winners will be announced in my LARP Box 4 review. You have till June 24th to submit your name ideas, and the winner will get a shout out in the next video. So those of you who have seen my top 10 best Calamaseal designs video will know I'm a big Skyrim fan, but what I love most about Skyrim is the modding, the ability to customize one's game however they see fit. But I have a challenge for any Skyrim modders watching this. I want Goneril here to be made into a Skyrim mod. If you are interested in taking up the challenge, or know anyone who would be interested in taking up the challenge, let me know on the Facebook page, or share this video with them and direct them to the LARP Saga Facebook page, where I can provide photos or video of the weapon so that they can get the weapon right. And the person who does the mod will get a shout out and screenshots shown in a future video once the mod is complete. So that has been my haul for BCTC this year. If you like what you see, check the link in the description below to see what else Eastern Front Designs has to offer. And also, I've been thinking about doing a studio/living room tour video. If you want to see this, let me know in the comments down below, and I will add it to my list of videos to do over the next 2 months. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you on the trail of adventure. And now, before we roll the credits, here is a slideshow of pictures I took at BCTC. Hope you enjoy. Thanks for watching my latest video. If you liked it, be sure to subscribe so you can see my new videos when they come out. If you want to see them early, consider heading over to my Patreon and kicking $1 or $2 my way to help this content get better. Thanks again, and happy LARPing.